Okay, friends? If you are one of the taller people, everybody look behind you. If the person behind you is shorter than you are, move. Okay, now look at me. Everybody, friends? Hi, everybody. Hi, me. Okay, if we're going to keep our
Wow, so glad to see everyone here. You know, it's not just special because we have the second and third grade participating, although Dayenu, that would have been enough. But our Shabbat Zimra band, which maybe, just maybe, given a little bit of time, we might come up with a more catchy name for this Shabbat Zimra band. Nonetheless, that makes it so special. And if you haven't been here for Shabbat Zimra or when these instrumentalists have been here with us, it's so much fun. Of course, Makela is here, our junior choir, or at least some of them. We have a lot of reasons to be really thrilled about this evening. And so we are going to get started because I'm aware that second and third graders have limited amount of attention. Be careful of that cord. I saw you. Okay. And so we're going to get right to it. These are the candles, page 120 in your Siddur, in your prayer book, 120.
You know what? Let's all take one big deep breath to bring in Shabbat. So let's all take a big deep breath in and out. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
All right, Kiddush, if you read page 120, if you read Hebrew 123. Otherwise, no need to turn the page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu בשבת קודשו, באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר לציית מצרים.
קיוונו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו.
ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש Hashabbat.
Amen.
Beautiful. Lechuna Ranana, Makela, if you would join us up here. We're on page 130. By the way, all second and third graders who are here, I want you to know that we really would love for you to join Makela. And it's not too late. And this is the best part. After every Makela practice, I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with shmonats. You do not need to tell, you can use your imagination, but trust me, it's tasty and it rhymes with shmonats. So, but you got to participate in Makela, and that's on Sunday morning, so you can certainly ask your parents for more information about it. We continue with on page 146 with the Baruch Hu. Would you all please rise? that we say at this time in our service as we thank God and acknowledge how God affects all the earth and like the light and the dark and the stars and the night and the day in a prayer that we call Ma'ariv Arvim. And this is a prayer, this song comes from that prayer. It's called Roll into Dark. And if you'd like to find it, it's on the booklet that you got when you came in here on the third page, or the right-hand page. Roll into Dark. Standing, one final element of this part of our service. This is Shema, page 152. Please be seated. We're on page 154. Please join me if you're familiar. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta b'ham, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shochmecha uv'kumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'ayu litotafot mein einecha, uchtavtam al mizuzot beitecha, uv'isha'arecha, Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim leloechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. So the next part of our service is usually about the story of the splitting of the Sea of Reeds, which you can see on our ark doors. That's the Israelites going through the sea. On one side is water, and the other side is water, and we're making it all the way to freedom. This is the same story as Passover, but we do this every single Shabbat for a prayer called Micha Mocha, and this Mi Chamocha is a little unique, and it's very pretty, and it's on the inside cover, of the inside page, rather, again, of your booklet. And so we call up 2nd and 3rd grade to help lead us in Standing at the Sea.
We're going to take one big step back. All right.
Standing at the sea, Mi Chamocha, standing at the sea, Mi Chamocha, standing at the sea, Mi Chamocha, freedom's on our way.
Singing and dancing, Mi Chamocha, singing and dancing, Mi Chamocha, singing and dancing,
Mi Chamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way.
sea sheet parts, Mi Chamocha, the sea sheet parts, Mi Chamocha, the sea sheet parts, Mi Chamocha, freedom's on our way. Walking through the water, Mi Chamocha, walking through the water, Mi Chamocha, walking through the water, Mi Chamocha, freedom's on our way.
Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way.
On the other side, Mi Chamocha, on the other side, Mi Chamocha, on the other side, Mi Chamocha, freedom's on our way.
Singing and dancing, Mi Chamocha, singing and dancing, Mi Chamocha, singing and dancing, Mi Chamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom,
Freedom,
freedom, freedom's on our way.
freedom,
Freedom, freedom, freedom,
freedom,
freedom, freedom's on our way. Freedom's on our way. Freedom's on our way.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, 2nd and 3rd graders. You can return back to your seats. And we are now on page 164 as we continue with the tefillah, or at least the first two parts of the tefillah. So we're starting on 164 and then 166. Would everyone please rise? No problem. Don't worry, think about it.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geulah Livnei Bneihem L'man Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Be'ezrat
Sarah.
Sarah.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to ask a really hard thing. So let's see if you guys are up for it. We're going to do something. We're going to try to spend 30 seconds in silence. And so I'm going to count down from 5, and then when I get to 0, that's when we're going to start. And we're going to just take a moment in silence to think about the things that you want to think about. So it's just you and your brain. No one sitting around you gets to tell you what to think about. So on 5, 4, 3, 2. You did a great job. Would second and third graders come up so they can sing Ose Shalom? Be careful of the cord. Careful of the cord.
Friends, one big step that way.
Which way?
And stay where you are.
Just be careful of the cord when you guys walk back. There are 2 cords, so just take it carefully. So, I want to tell you a story. It's about an old friend of mine, and his name was Beryl. 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 Not like a bear roll, but Beryl. You got it. So Beryl's a good friend of mine, and Beryl is when I knew him, it's been a little while since I saw him. Actually, it's been a while ever since this event happened, which I'll tell you about in a second. So Beryl, he had a farm, and he was a farmer. And Beryl had a wife, and Beryl had 4 children, And he was a farmer. And he was living in his house, and he realized that his children were getting a little bit bigger and a little bit older. And suddenly, his house felt really cramped. And so he did what you should do whenever you have a problem. He called me, and I told him, because I wasn't living in the same area, I said, you should speak to your rabbi where you live about this. And so Beryl went to his own rabbi where he lives, which was like in Kentucky. Language. Okay, so it was like it was Kentucky or it was Iowa or Kansas, Minnesota. That's where he lived. So Beryl went to his rabbi, and he said to his rabbi, he said, I've got a problem. My house, my kids are getting bigger, older and bigger. My house is feeling very cramped and very small. What should I do? And the rabbi said, I know just what you should do. And Beryl said, tell me. And he goes, you're a farmer, right? He goes, yeah, I'm a farmer. He goes, you got cows on your farm? He goes, yes, I have cows on my farm. And he says, you don't need to bring all of them, just 3. You have 3 cows? He said, yeah, I got like 20. He said, bring 3 cows into your house and have them live in the house with you. And Beryl said, my friend Beryl said, wait, you didn't hear me. I said, my house is feeling very cramped and small. I don't want to bring these cows into my house. The rabbi said, trust me, bring the cows into your house. So he did just that. He went to his barn, he got 3 cows, brought them into the house. So in addition to the fact that his kids were loud, his wife was loud, he was having a hard time, then he had 3 cows walking around his house, mooing. Moo, 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 moo. That's exactly what the cows sounded like. So here's the thing. It wasn't just, by the way, the sound. I would like to tell you, you probably don't know this about cows, but cows go to the bathroom a lot. But they don't actually use a bathroom. They just go. Yes, on the floor. So in addition to having a lot of kids, a wife, a small house, 3 cows, Beryl, my friend Beryl, everywhere he looked, he was slipping and sliding on. I wouldn't say it, but if you want to say it, fine. Careful not to drop that on the ground. So, Beryl's walking around, he's got cows mooing, he's got poop on the ground, he's got kids complaining, and he's like, the rabbi was wrong. I'm going back to the rabbi. So he goes back to his rabbi. And he says, Rabbi, I came in here last week to discuss with you about my house being too small, but you told me to bring cows in. It's made it worse. The rabbi says, I know just what to do. You're a farmer, right? He goes, yes, I'm a farmer. He goes, you got chickens? Yes, I've got chickens. I want you to bring 10 chickens into your house. So he did just that. He brought 10, even though he was curious. He didn't think the rabbi knew what he was talking about, thought the rabbi was a little crazy. But he did it. He brought 10 chickens into the house. So in addition to his kids, his wife, himself, 3 cows, poop, now he had 10 chickens. They're laying eggs, feathers everywhere. The cows are stepping on the chickens, and the chickens are like, bah, 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 bah. And the cows are like, moo, moo. And cows, by the way, you might think cows and chickens can be friends. They cannot be friends. Cows and chickens, you find me 1 cow and 1 chicken that are friends, and then that will show me that I'm wrong. But until you do, trust me, cows, chickens, not friends. So the cows and chickens are mad at each other. One's going, blah, 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 blah. One's making moo. Kids are complaining. Wife's now complaining. And Beryl is getting frustrated. And so he goes back to the rabbi. Says, Rabbi, the chicken thing did not work. The cow thing did not work. We have serious problems in my house. What should I do? You know what the rabbi said? Do you have any donkeys? 2, just 2. Bring in 2 donkeys. Hee-haw, bak, 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 bak. Moo. Over and over again. Slipping on cow poop, and now donkey poop. Not as bad as cow poop. Slipping on eggs, making a huge mess, kids complaining, wife getting angry, Beryl upset. He cannot, you know what? Beryl decided that instead of actually eating breakfast in the kitchen, he was going to eat breakfast in his room. There was no room in the kitchen for him to have breakfast. And I'm not just talking about like a big buffet breakfast. I'm talking about a bowl of cereal. No room for a bowl. He had to have cereal in his bedroom. Whenever he wanted to go outside, he had to go this way and around and work and wind his way through his house, being careful not to step on chickens, being careful not to break eggs, definitely being careful not to step in any poop. I didn't even tell you about what happens when it got so crowded. All of a sudden, the cow's tail was whipping around. The cows are mooing. And the rabbi Beryl is upset at this point. And he goes back to the rabbi, and he storms in. Storm comes in. Rabbi, I told you my house wasn't big enough. You put chickens and donkeys and cows in my house. Rabbi says, don't worry, I'll take care of this for you. Do you have any goats? I know, that's what I was thinking when I heard the story too. Oh no. And the Beryl said, you've done this to me 3 times already. I am not doing this goat thing. This is crazy. The rabbi said, listen to me. I'm a rabbi. I know these things. I'm a professional. Trust me when I tell you, bring the goats. How many goats do you have? Beryl's like, I got like 40 goats. He's like, you do not need to bring all those goats. 10 is fine. Bring 10 goats into your house. With the cows, the chickens, and the donkeys? Yes. But there's no room. Rabbi said, you'll find room. So what does he do? He brings 10 goats, and trust me, it was not easy. He's got 1 goat in this bedroom. He's got another goat over here. The chickens are all over the place. The donkeys are hee-hawing. The cows are mooing. He's finding space in the kitchen, in the bathrooms, everywhere for these goats who are, by the way, eating everything. And I don't know if you've ever had a goat before. Has anyone ever had a goat before? I didn't say ghost. I said goat. Goat or ghost? You got ghosts? And goats or just ghosts? All right, fine. So, he brings in, the goats eat everything. He brings the goats in, they're eating the couches, the donkeys are hee-hawing, the chickens are laying eggs, and right, the cows have pooped so much in the house that it's gotten out of control. Kids are mad. Wife is really mad because she's like, I cannot believe you've been listening to this crazy rabbi. Never listen to a rabbi, she said. And Beryl said, no. Clearly I'm listening to the wrong rabbi. I hear, my friend Goldstein, very good. Anyway, Beryl says, I'm going over to the rabbi and I'm going to give him a piece of my mind and I'm going to tell him what I think about this crazy plan of his to help make my house bigger. All he did was have me put all my animals in my house and make it stink. And so Beryl literally went to the rabbi's office, and I know this sounds crazy, but he did it. He rolled up his sleeves. I think he was about to fight the rabbi. He didn't. Because right before he came in ready to go, the rabbi said, hey, what's wrong? And Beryl said, you know what's wrong, mister. He didn't even say rabbi at that point. He was that mad. You know what's wrong. What? The rabbi said. What? I said my house was too small. You told me to bring in cows and chickens and donkeys and goats. Thank you. And this is crazy. I do not have an inch to move in my house, and it stinks. When I say stinks, I'm like, stinks. Have you ever been in a house in which cows pooped regularly in the house? Because if you did, you would know what I'm talking about, how bad it smells. You say you have, but I do not believe that you have. So, right, trust me, if you've ever been and smelled a cow, that's outside. Imagine what it's like inside with the poop and the whole thing. It's terrible. So, Rabbi said, easy, Beryl. I can imagine this is very frustrating. You're a farmer, right? Yes, I'm a farmer. And he says, you know what I want you to do? Take all the animals out. And Beryl said, why? And he said, trust me. He took all the animals out. First, he let out the goats. And that was a relief because they wanted to keep the furniture looking nice. Then he proceeded to lead out the donkeys. And that was nice because those hee-haws were out of control. Then he took out the chickens. Then he took out the 3 cows. But then he had to go and spend 2 days cleaning. Cleaning and mopping and throwing stuff away and fixing and cleaning and mopping. Did I say mopping yet? Did I say cleaning?
Yes.
Did I say fixing? Because he had to do that too. 5 times. I did not say it 5 times. 4 tops. So he was cleaning and mopping and fixing. Wait, did I say cleaning yet? Okay, fine. Finally, he finished cleaning the entire house. The kids said, oh, it smells nice in here, Dad. The wife said, you can clean well. And Beryl noticed that the house felt really big. And suddenly he wasn't complaining about how small his house was. He was happy with how big his house was. And he learned a humongous lesson. And you know what that lesson was? Yeah. What? Your house is too big? Not the right lesson that he learned. What lesson did he learn? Always put it in your house? Not the lesson. What's the lesson? You always have a big space? I mean, good lessons, but nope. What's the lesson? Well, now we're getting closer. Take what you have and don't ask for more. Now we're getting closer. What do you think, Dean? How could it get worse? It could get worse. It got worse. What's the lesson? What's that? Always believe? Kinda. What's the lesson? What's that? Change your perspective. We're getting, yeah. I have a much simpler one. But yeah, what's it? Be thankful for what you have. Instead of always talking about what you don't have, you should just be happy with what you have. If you want a new video game, right? And then before you got it, your parents said, I have an idea. Why don't we just take every one of your video games away for a little while, and then we can give those same ones back, and I'll bet you would like those video games a whole lot more. Be thankful and grateful for what you have. It's not about what you don't have, it's about what you do have. And by the way, I plan, after services tonight, I plan on calling my friend Beryl up, telling him that I told you guys the story. And I'm sure he'll be really happy for you guys to have learned his lesson too. And whatever he tells me, I'll be sure to report back to you. So, what I'd like to do at this moment is I would like to invite all children to find your parents or grandparents. All right, so parents and grandparents, if you don't mind, please take your hands and place them on the head, cheek, shoulder, whatever they will let you do, of your kid. And if you are blessing a son, we say, Yismech Elohim, Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'chi Menashe, which means, may God make you like Ephraim and Menashe, or more importantly, like the best you that you can be. And if you're blessing a daughter, Yismech Elohim k'Sarah Rivka Leah v'Rachel, which means may God make you like the daughters of Israel, or more importantly, just like the best you that you can be. And for all of our children, we use these special words from the Torah, Yivarechecha Adonai v'Yishmerecha, which means may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yuchuneka, may the light of God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may a sense of God's presence always surround you and bless you with peace. Amen. Kisses. Bravo. Bravo. Now, another one of my favorite things to do on Family Shabbat is to celebrate birthdays. And so, if you have a birthday in this month of December, come on up so we can present you with a birthday present. When's your birthday? The 4th? December 4th? Wow. When's your birthday? Of December? When is your birthday? Last Sunday? Happy birthday. So what are you trying to pretend that your dad, you don't look anything like him. All right, fine. Wait, when is your birthday? Her birthday. We'll get to them. When's your birthday? All right, fine. When's yours? Oh, we have a lot of people who are regretting not coming to services, by the way. Just want you to know, you heard it here. Regrets. When's your birthday? Today? Wow. You, by the way, you get a special Temple Beth Shalom coin. When's yours? The 19th. A special Temple Beth Shalom coin. Now, for everybody else, you get to choose, or he gets a special Temple Beth Shalom coin also. For everybody else, you get to choose cards, cup, pencil, or ball. Cards, cup, pencil, or ball. Is it a basketball? I'm not telling. You took it, you're keeping it. Keep it. Or a notepad. Handy dandy notepads. Yes?
Can I steal a write down all of our clues.
All right, everybody. So who has not yet gotten whose birthday over here? Nobody's. All right. So, well, goodbye to all our birthday friends. They've just left me. All right, fine. Now, and to all of you who are birthday children, happy birthday to you all. We hope that your experience for your birthday was or will be meaningful and special, and we hope that you continue to grow as beautifully as you have up until this point. Happy birthday and Mazel Tov. And now we're going to continue with the rest of our service. We're skipping out later, I think. Cool. So, what I'd like to do is, okay, you can grab them for me. What I'd like to do at this point,
It's not even in the program.
I know I took it out, I just didn't tell you.
Good work.
What I'd like to do at this point is to make a request. Okay, here's my request. First of all, the games are now, the fun has happened, but we're going to take it down a notch. My request of you and everyone here is to try your best to be calm, because we're going to do something in our service which is serious. And when you do serious things in our service, it's not appropriate to be being playful and fooling around. So, this part of our service is when we remember people who are no longer with us. It's called the Kaddish, and I'm going to read names of people, and the names of these people are those who have passed away. First, there are going to be 3 people who have passed away recently, and then I'm going to read more names of people who passed away over the years. And what I'd like to do is, after I read a name, if you are observing, or if you're mourning this person, whether a yahrzeit or whether recent, and you wish, I invite you when you hear the name of your loved one to please rise. And then after I mention all the names, I will invite anybody else who wants to stand up to do so. So first, let me share with you names of people who have passed away recently. Arnold Frank Weinberg, father of Greg Weinberg. Marguerite Cook, stepmother of Karen Cook. And Adele Bernstein, aunt of Jared Kalish. Now also, we remember these loved ones whose yahrzeits occur on this Shabbat. Again, please rise if you hear a loved one mentioned. Murray Keltz, Sarah Stern, David Postal, Sylvia Stern, Jacob Zaks, Michael Arak, Joseph Bornstein, Olga Gutman, Jean Pitts, Jesse Keshen, William McCormick, Abraham Nezin, Hannah Lightman, and Harriet Schwartz-Rotner. Now, if anyone else wishes to rise in support and in connection in anticipation of our prayer called the Kaddish, I invite you to do so now. We're on page 598. Join me. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Bi'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayedech al Beit Yisrael. Ba'agalau v'zman kariv imru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lamei amaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'rechu. Le'elamin kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiram bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom ben romav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. Please be seated. Thank you for handling that really well. We just have a handful of things to do before we conclude. First thing I want to say is thank you so much to a number of people and groups. Number one, Brett Morrison, who was on our board and served as an usher. Thank you so much, Brett. Also, thank you so much to Stacy and David Adams, Lisa and Ryan Dickstein, Toby and Sam Headings for sponsoring the Oneg Shabbat. Thank you so much. Thank you, by the way, to our second and third graders for helping to lead the service this evening under the teaching of the Sarahs, Sarah Durkin and Sarah Downey. Thank you so much. And of course, the leadership of Cantor Snyder in our religious school. Thank you also to our unnamed Shabbat Zimra band here that is always amazing. We're so grateful to Chris and to Tom and to Lou. Thanks to Makela for singing some with us. You guys were fantastic as well. Really, there's so many people to thank. I don't even know where to start. So we're grateful to everybody. A handful of things I just want to point out to you. For example, that we're still doing the annual appeal. We hope to, we have matching, a person who's willing to match all gifts given from this point forward to the end of the year. Also, I want to tell you that for those of you who are interested in kind of an unusual creative study of Torah, and this would be for adults, we have a special guest teacher at my Torah study on Monday morning at 9:30. Her name is Esther Goldenberg. She does bibliodrama. And so she's going to take what we're studying in the Torah and turn it into a bibliodrama. It should be really fascinating. Hopefully you will, other people will feel comfortable coming and learning from her. This is Monday the 16th. For those of you who come to my Sages class on Tuesday evenings, I'm sorry to say that the class will not be meeting again until January 14th. So, get excited and come on the 14th. But that's because various different reasons between now and then, but no class on for the Sages class. If you are interested or curious about going and joining me, in Israel this summer, we're going to have an informational meeting about that on Sunday the 15th at 10 a.m. So come on in and learn more about it if you wish. Next week is a Shabbat Zimra service, so kind of more of an adult service, however, with the band. That's next week. Winter Relief, which is when we host the homeless from our community, is from December 23rd to the 30th. We need volunteers, and so please look at the temple email for more information about how to volunteer. And anything you are interested in and curious about can be found in our weekly email that comes out on Thursdays. All right, so we're going to conclude with Motzi. And after the Motzi, we are going to sing Ma Yafeh Hayom, which is on page 634. So 634 for the closing song, but first, let's do Motzi together. Oh, look at that. It's a special challah. In the shape of a C. Why did everyone say you right there? Wait. That's it. All right. C for challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We'll take that N and we'll make it into a challah. All right, so Ma Yafeh Hayom is how we conclude our service. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Join us in the lobby for an Oneg Shabbat. So glad to have you here with us. Tom, Lou, Chris, nice. You guys are great as usual. Ba-da-ba-bum. 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 Ba-da-ba-da.
This one down here, the mid, so the mid tone thing, this one changes. So you can change it from like 250 to 700. It's very sensitive.
Whatever, my point is you always want to. Sure, so let's, you can leave it. So how does it get, is it, no, that's what they were there, because no one will come, so we have people, so it's there, thank you.